Okay, so this tool is called ADA, and it's an AI powered system assessment that's going to be used by clinicians, or that can be used by clinicians. And I chose this particular tool because it's in my current field of study, my job. I currently work at a treatment facility. It's an A&D mental health treatment facility for women, and so I am pretty knowledgeable about mental health. So the first thing it asks you for, it wants to help me to it wants to help diagnose um, my mental health issue. So it asks, first it wants me to enter, it wants to know what's bothering me. So I'm just going to say I have problems with sleeping, which is true. And then I hit enter, and then it comes back and it's going to start asking me, it wants to know how old am I. Let's just say I am 40. And then it wants to know what was your assigned sex at birth. And I'm going to say female. And then it wants to know whether or not I'm pregnant. I'm going to say no. And then it wants to and then it start asking me, what actually is what it's doing here is actually asking me to confirm what I just said. So it says, please confirm what you have shared with me so far. And it says difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, and that I'm not pregnant. I'm going to say yes. And then it wants to know how long has this been troubling me, and I'm going to say more than a year. And it says, is a problem with sleeping caused by physical conditions such as pain, coughing, or so I'm going to say no. And now it wants to ask some follow up questions. I'm going to hit continue. And it wants to know, do your legs feel restless with an resistance or urge to move? And I'm going to say, let's just say yes, just for sakes. And it says, do you experience sudden, uncontrollable movement? I'm going to say yes. And it wants to know if I have any tingling or numbness in the lower leg or foot. I'm going to say yes. And it says, do I have severe difficulties concentrating, or do I get easily distracted? I'm going to say yes. And it says, do you have an episode where you wake up and are severely confused for a few minutes? I'm going to say no. Do you have pain? Do you have any pain anywhere in your leg or foot? I'm going to say no. And then it wants my email address. And I'm going to give my email address, and it's going to hit continue. And then it's going to give me an assessment of, it's going to tell me about, it gives me options. It says best match is going to be your restless leg syndrome. And then it says book an appointment with a provider. So, and it's going to give me. So that's kind of, that's the new tool that I just learned how to use, an AI tool where it will kind of assess what is wrong with you. So I'm going to end that. That's going to be it. And then I'm going to go in and look at the assessment. But that's the tool that I chose to use for this particular project, and I found it very interesting.